Practice, practice, practice kind of sums it up. Most people all over the world would pay big money to be able to draw. I have never met anybody that has ever seen a drawing that was really well done, or, even maybe mediocrely done, and not said, man, I wish I could do something like that. I wish I had learned how to draw. Wish I was blessed with the talent of being able to draw. Well, we could get into a debate about whether or not you're born with the talent or the ability, or whether or not it's developed. But more or less, whether you're born with it or not, you have to practice it. Even the people who are born with the talent have to practice the skill. How do you practice it? You draw over and over and over again. And not just the things that are in your mind, because what is in your mind is just a vague recollection of the real thing. You have to look at the object in order to get to know the object. Now, once you get to know it, you might be able to draw it from memory pretty well. But starting off, learning how to draw, you need to look at the object. Now, padlock is not the most exciting thing in the whole wide world, but we're not there yet. I'm not trying to draw the most exciting thing in the world. I'm not even sure I know what the most exciting thing in the world to draw is. But we're not there yet. We just need to practice. Whatever it might be that we practice on. It could be this padlock. It could be an egg beater, an iron. It could be figure drawing. It could be landscapes, whatever. But you've got to practice. And so in this particular instance, I'm starting with this padlock. I know how to draw pretty well. But the interesting thing is that the more I drew this padlock, the more I realized that there was more than one perspective of it, more than one point of view of it. And so when I first started drawing it, I kind of looked at it and I thought, I'm probably get 4 or 5 good different perspectives. But as you'll see, I kept drawing and drawing and drawing and kept coming up with more and more and more. I would not have come up with more if I hadn't started in the first place. I would not come up with more if I just kind of like haphazardly drew it and said, Mr. Brown, I'm done. Take it. I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore. You have to make yourself look at it. You have to make yourself be interested in it. You have to apply your abilities. Now, you may never, ever use drawing later on in life. But number one, you don't know if you will or not. And number two, you'll never regret knowing how to draw. I can promise you that. If you were to learn how to draw and have the ability to draw, well, chances are you would probably actually draw, because it wouldn't be that hard and it wouldn't frustrate you once you learned. But I can guarantee you that you would never regret having the skill. And so while you have this 45 minutes in class or this hour in class, use it to practice and further your skill. Now, I sped this video up 8 times its normal speed. It actually took me about 3 minutes and, I'm sorry, it actually took me about 33 minutes. And so obviously I got to speed it up so you can watch it and still have time to do your own drawings. But it took me 33 minutes to do, 10 or 11 different views of this padlock. It didn't take me very long at all. I just kind of jumped in there and started drawing. And the more I drew, and you can look at this and see for yourself, the more I drew it, the better I got. The more familiar I became with the padlock, and the better I became at drawing the different parts of it. Now, if you also look real close, you'll also see that there's a bunch of mistakes. Tons of mistakes. These are not, by any stretch of the imagination, very realistic images of padlocks. But I got better. I practiced. I learned. It became more and more interesting. And the next drawings that I do will be that much easier and that much more interesting. So pick an object, any object, and draw it as many times as you can in the amount of time that you have left to draw. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Please share this on your favorite social media platform. Share it in your classroom. Share it with your friends. Share it with your students. Look me up on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and even Tumblr. So, again, the moral of the story is practice, practice, practice. You might not be an artist when you grow up, but you will never regret having the ability to draw. So, start practicing now. Go make some art.